Hi guys, this is my website. I encourage you to browse around. Right next to this video should be a description of kind of who I am and kind of the details about me that aren't necessarily pertaining to this weight loss website. It's just to kind of get to know me. So as you guys have probably figured out, I'm Emily. Let me start from the beginning where this whole weight loss journey started. I have, ever since I was around 6 years old, been overweight. And I let that kind of get out of control the past 3 years to the point where I was obese. And yes, I'm not necessarily proud of that. And at the same time, I'm not necessarily ashamed of myself or have body hatred. For years I had body hatred in high school, and that had a lot to do with I didn't like how other people saw me, and I didn't like the bullies, but who does? I really let them affect me, and I always let everything that they said really get to me. So for the longest time I did have that body hatred, and all I wanted to do was be skinny just so they'd stop picking on me and stop taping a piece of paper on my back that said whale. I mean, that's just one instance of awful bullying that I have endured, and I came to the realization no matter how much weight I lose, no matter what, really no matter what, there's still going to be hatred and there's still going to be bullies out there. I will always be picked on along with everyone else for things that are different about me, no matter what it is. And I came to the conclusion with that. And after I came to the conclusion with that, I realized that I have to do this. If I'm going to lose weight, I have to do it for me and me only. And so that's kind of where I am now. I found out when I was about 17, 16 that I had polycystic ovarian syndrome. And for a lot of people that know of the disease and things like that, that are fans of certain plus size people, they understand that that is a big factor in why it's hard to lose weight and why it is so easy to gain weight. And so I went on medicine actually when I was 17 to combat the side effects of the polycystic. It didn't last long because when I was 18 years old, I sadly had a pulmonary embolism, which non-medical terms, that's a blood clot in your lung and a minor heart attack. And that was really, really scary to have at 18, like terrifying. And that's mostly because of the medicine that I was on. It was a birth control medicine that was supposed to help combat the polycystic. And so after that, for a year, I kind of just didn't do anything about it because, I mean, I was no longer able to go on those medicines with hormones. And because I wasn't combating anything, the weight, and in addition to like stress eating and things like that, just packed on, and I think I gained in a year over 50 pounds, which is obscene. So once I moved to Pueblo, I met with a really great doctor, and she's like, all right, let's get this done, let's get this taken care of. And she actually found a way for me to go on certain medicines that, even though they don't have the hormones or the certain hormones that are supposed to, like, that will combat the polycystic, back up. Even though that they don't have, back up again. They have hormones, but it's not the hormones that will cause the pulmonary embolism and things like that. And so my doctor put me on this medicine, and shortly after she put me on this medicine and telling me that, hey, you're not healthy and you have some things that are really concerning, and if you keep this way, you will probably not, your lifespan will be until you're 40, because you're gonna have these certain things with the polycystic if you don't lose the weight. And that was terrifying. So about really shortly after that, I was sitting at home watching TV with my mom, and a episode of Extreme Transformation Weight Loss came on, and it just inspired me and made me feel confident in myself that actually this time, that if I do this diet, that I will lose the weight. So I looked more into, my mom and I looked more into it, and we got the books and things like that. And this diet was perfect. I prayed about it. I'm not going to talk a ton about praying because I'm one of those people that, yes, I have religious views, and yes, my relationship is really, really strong with God. But I'm not going to push that down your throat ever. So I prayed about it a lot, and I just got the sensation that this is it. This is the time. You lived through your, when you were 6 years old to, I mean, now when I'm 19, as an overweight, obese person, and you're not going to live your 20s and up like that. And so I went to my doctor, because in Extreme Transformation Weight Loss, you do drop weight very, very quickly. And I didn't want to do one of those fad weight loss diets that where you drop weight really quickly, but it's super unhealthy. So I brought it to my doctor. I had her read it, and she was like, yeah, actually, this is really, really healthy, and you're going to be able to keep the weight off. This is a lifestyle change, and you're going to lose the weight, and once you hit your goal weight, the healthy weight, you're just going to modify it a little bit, and you're going to stay that weight. And so after I got the thumbs up from my doctor, that's kind of when everything rocket shipped. We immediately started the diet. We did realize that buying food to make this diet is very, very expensive. That is a big disclaimer that we had no idea. And being a family that is lower income, we had to modify the diet a little bit. We still do a lot of the recipes, but we had to modify the diet a little bit so it was more cost efficient. So that is kind of what we did with that diet. And we at first we did all the workouts at home, and then we ended up getting a gym pass. So what I figured out is that I could apply the metabolic mission and the cardio to the gym. Instead of doing what it said in the book, I could apply that to the gym. I could do a certain amount of time for cardio, and then I do a certain amount of time to focus on a certain muscle group, and that is equivalent to the metabolic mission and the cardio. And that was amazing that I could do that, because I love going to the gym. I was never one of those people that loved to exercise. I refused to run the mile when I was in middle school. Exercising was always really hard for me because I have sports-induced asthma. But now, and I never understood people that would tell me that it's so much fun going to the gym and you get such a high. And then I started going to the gym regularly, and then I understood. I was like, oh, I get it now. When you push yourself really, really hard and push yourself further than you thought you could go, bam, that's that high, because it's like you realize that you can do things that you didn't know that you could do before. So that diet, the diet and being treated for my PCOS and going to the gym, I'm dropping the weight really, really quick. It's really amazing. And of course, I'm going to have slip-ups. I've already had one, and it's like a month and a half in. But that's okay. That is okay to have slip-ups, because as long as you don't do well on the slip-up and be like, well, I screwed it up, might as well just keep going with my screw-up, then you can easily rein that back in. When I slipped up, I gained 2 pounds, and I felt really awful. I was like, I worked so hard to lose those 2 pounds, and now I gotta work hard to lose them again, and then keep working hard because I have all this weight to lose. But you know what? I was like, I'm determined. This is it. All those failed diets in the past, this is it. I'm not gonna live my 20s and up like I lived the rest of my life so far. It's not gonna happen. I am doing this for me because I want to be healthy. I don't want to be a stick. That's not something I want to do. In fact, I'm okay with having a little chub and having curves. I think that's beautiful. But I want to be healthy, and I want to feel beautiful all the time. And of course, I'm not going to feel beautiful all the time. No one does. But I'm doing this for me. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm doing this for me and my future because I want to live past 40. I want to have kids. And as of right now, with the PCOS and being overweight, that's not in the cards for me unless I lose this weight. It just is. I want to live a long and happy life. I want to be able to go on hikes with my family. I want to be able to go on bike rides with my sibling. I want to take my dog to the park and keep up with him. I want to go with my friends and go on roller coasters. I want to do everything that a normal person my age would be able to do. And I want to live. So this is where I am. I promise you, if you're watching this and you are there supporting me, I mean, even if you're hating me, you're gonna see it happen. You're gonna see me become that person that's healthy for my age. It's gonna happen. This is it. So I want to thank you for looking at my page and supporting me, and I really hope you enjoy the page. I worked really hard on it, and there's a new blog every single week. I will constantly be adding photos, constantly be updating it, and I should have some links to some other things really soon. Thank you guys already for your support, and to all the haters out there, thank you for hating on me, because, you know, I'm gonna prove you wrong, and you're really gonna hate that. Just another thing. Alright, bye guys.